Good morning. Hello everyone. Let me share the link for others in Thailand to watch it too. Okay. Hello everyone. Good evening from Thailand and good morning, good evening to everyone that watching now. Hi Gita Brown, hi Richard, hi John, hi Pumika. Today, my name is Bhikkhuni Khemavamsī from Dhutanga, which is the seventh branch of Nirodharam Bhikkhuni Monastery. Hi, good morning, Luisa. Today, as the topic is about teachers in Thailand and tranquility meditation. Last time that we talked, there's one person request me to talk about Prajanandayani, which is the late teacher, the Bhikkhuni teacher that we practice, we follow her practice, from Nirodharam Bhikkhuni Monastery. So today I'm going to talk about my Prajan, my teacher, Bhikkhuni teacher, as well as other teachers in Thailand. So it's for you all to, maybe know more about teachers in Thailand and also about tranquility meditation that practiced not only in Thailand but a lot of places. And learn more about importance of the tranquility meditation and the 40 subjects of meditation. Okay. Hello, Luisa. Hello, Gita Brown. And Sawadika, Luisa. So let's start. Today I have the slide for you all. The first one, the teachers in Thailand, the first one, I'm not sure that you all have heard about Pra Ajahn Man or not, but he's very, very well known in Thailand. He's a revered monk in Thailand. Pra Ajahn Man or Pra Ajahn Man Puritatto. He was born in 1870 and passed away in 1949. 79 years old and 56 vasa. This is, there are a lot of Thai bhikkhu. But now today, I think just 4 bhikkhu, 3 bhikkhu and 1 bhikkhuni for you all to, get to know more. The first one is Pra Ajahn Man Puritatto. He was a Thai bhikkhu from the Isan region or the northeastern region. He ordained as a monk in 1893. He spent the remainder of his life wandering through Thailand, Burma, and Laos, dwelling for the most part in the forest and practicing meditation. Pra Ajahn Man mode of practice was solitary and strict. He was very strict. He followed the Vinaya, the monastic discipline, faithfully, and also observed many of the 13 Dhutanga. Dhutanga, that we're gonna learn more about it. There are 13 Dhutanga. Just as the name of the place that I stay now, Dhutanga, it means the place for practice. Okay, so Pra Ajahn Man followed the Vinaya as well as observe many of the 13 Dhutanga or ascetic practices, such as living off alms food, wearing robes made of cast-off rags, dwelling in the forest, and eating only 1 meal a day. This is Pra Ajahn Man. Searching out secluded places in the wilds of Thailand and Laos, he avoided the responsibilities of settled monastic life and spent long hours of the day and night in meditation. In spite of his reclusive nature, he attracted a large following of students willing to put up with the hardships of forest life in order to study with him. This is like a brief introduction to Phra Ajahn Man. Actually, Phra Ajahn Man has a lot of textbooks. I think you can call it textbook. One book that I would love to share with you, I'm gonna post the links so you can read, when you have free time. It's called A Heart Released, the teaching of Phra Ajahn Man Purithatta Thera or Purithatto. And also the history, the background of Phra Ajahn Man and the teachings that a lot of Thai monks in the Thai forest monk follow the Phra Ajahn Man, and also Phra Ajahn Chah is the disciple of Phra Ajahn Man, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the first bhikkhu that I would love you all to get to know. If you come to Thailand, a lot of temples you can see Phra Ajahn Man's picture in the temple, as well as in the Nirodharam Bhikkhuni monastery. You can see the picture of Phra Ajahn Man, because not most, but a lot of Thai bhikkhu and bhikkhuni follow the practice of him, because he followed the Vinaya, the discipline, faithfully, and with the Dhutanga as well. Next is Luangพ่อ Kasem. The ordained name for my ordained name is Khemavamsī. Actually, it's from the Khema go, from this bhikkhu, this master. You can search Luangพ่อ Kasem, has the history, the background in English as well. He was very, very famous in Lampang province, the province that I was born and the province that I stay now at the present time. His name, the ordained name, is Khemago. He was the descendant of Lampang's king from Lana period. For the king in the Lana period, they have the surname Na Lampang, Na plus the city, Na Chiang Mai. He's the king of the Chiang Mai, Na Lampang, descendant of the king of Lampang. So he is Na Lampang. Despite being the descendant of the king of Lana periods, he would like to be the monk. So he became a novice monk in 1925 and ordained as a monk at the age of 21 in 1933. Or he was born in 1912 and passed away in 1996, 84 years old and 63 vasa. He was given name Khemago Bhikkhu. He exceptionally dedicated to Vipassana Kammatthana, or the insight meditation, or Vipassana that you all know about the insight, right? He stayed not in the temple, but he stayed in the cemetery called Trailak. Trailak, or the three characteristics. Three characteristics, Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta. In Thai we call Trailak. So he stayed in the Trailak cemetery. Luangพ่อ Kasem passed his meditation and Dhamma practice alone in solitude, which is a cause of his being able to attain entrance to the points of samadhi and subsequent jhana access. He attained an extremely high level of ability in the psychic regions. Luangพ่อ Kasem Khemago was a good bhikkhu with pure heart. With pure heart and sila, virtue and was full of Dhamma. This is, you can see this is the Kuti, the place that Luang Por Kasem stay, just a small Kuti. And when you come to Lampang province, you can go to the Dry Lak cemetery, and then you can go to the Kuti. You cannot enter his Kuti, but you can here, I don't know that you can see it or not, here there's like a curtain that you can open the curtain, and then you can see inside. This is like the wax statue of the Luang Por Kasem, and this is like they're gonna keep like when he was alive. So he lived like this. And Luang Por Kasem, he also the one that followed the Dhutanga practice strictly. The last one that he the 13th one, that no sleep, no lying down. He gonna keep in 3 posture, sitting, standing and walking, I think, but no lying down. So gonna see the curve like this. And this is the King Rama the Ninth. He often come to see Luang Por Kasem. Luang Por Kasem Khemago, I'm not sure, but for Thai people, you might think like, Thai people always like talk about like the supernatural power or something or things like that. But we believe in it because we experience it ourselves, and we see like the mark like this ourselves, so we know that it's real. Before the Luang Por Kasem, before he dedicated to Vipassana Kammatthana, he practiced the Tranquility Meditation or the Samatha meditation. That I've heard about him practice Techo Kasina, or concentrate on the fire, things like that. And people say that he had like the psychic power, something like that. This is like the real story from my grandmother. Like every year, people gonna come and gather, like a lot of people, like more than 1,000 people come together in the cemetery to give food offering, because it was on Luang Por Kasem's birthday. People gonna come and gather maybe over 1,000 more or more than that. And actually, I was there as well, attend every year. And then one year that my grandmother would like to come and pay respect to him. But a lot of people, and you cannot go inside and you cannot see Luang Por Kasem. So my grandmother, she just like came back to the house in Lampang province, like because my house not far from the Dry Lak cemetery. She came back to the house and she think like, I came a long way. She lived in Suphanburi province, in the central part of Thailand. She said like, I came a long way to see Luang Por Kasem, but I cannot see him because a lot of people, I want to see him, something like that. And she just think by herself in her room. And then suddenly she can see Luang Por Kasem next to her. And Luang Por Kasem said, you want to see me? Now you see me. And then he smiled and then disappeared. So after that, my grandmother came to Lampang every year to give food offering, even though she said like, even though I don't have a chance to see Luang Por Kasem anymore, but at least I'm in like the same period. The same place as Luang Por Kasem. So this is like, there's like a lot of things like supernatural power that Luang Por Kasem can do, but he didn't brag about it, or he didn't talk about it much. He only talked or focused on the Dhamma, the teachings of the Buddha, something like that. So I respect him very much. That's why I named myself Khemavamsī, Vamsī is like the clan, the family of the Khema or the monk, หลวงพ่อเกษม and also Khema is the name of the Nibbana as well, mean the happiness. And the third one is อาจารย์เปลี่ยน อาจารย์เปลี่ยน is very famous as well. He was born in 1933 and passed away in 2018, not that long ago. He was 85 years old and 59 วาษา หลวงพ่อเปลี่ยน is another one example of the bhikkhu who practice tranquility meditation and then focus more on the vipassana meditation. Why he shift from samatha or tranquility to vipassana? Because it actually come together, samatha to calm the mind, and then you get insight from vipassana. If you have heard about the liberation, you can get the liberation through two kind. The first one, Ceto Vimutti and Panya Vimutti, or liberation through the mind and through wisdom. The second one is liberation through wisdom only. So you cannot just meditate and then, reach the Nibbana. No, you cannot do like that. You have to get the insight to be able to know and see the three characteristics. So liberate through the mind and wisdom, or the wisdom only. And these are three bhikkhu that I show you, that I introduce you today. He practiced the tranquility meditation first, and then level up to the vipassana meditation or insight meditation. หลวงพ่อเปลี่ยน is another example of the one who has a lot of amazing story that he has the power or something like that. หลวงพ่อเปลี่ยน practice, actually there are a lot of หลวงพ่อเปลี่ยน history that I'm gonna share with you in this link so you can read as well, because he learned from many Thai bhikkhu. But the one that I show you here, he practiced Asubha Kammatthān, which we're gonna talk about it later, about the bones, about the corpse, along with Phra Ajahn Chandi. He's very famous as well. And it was during this time that Luangพ่อเปลี่ยน developed the ability to see the truth of the human body, going from a beautiful body and deteriorating into a corpse and finally into a pile of bones. So this is Asubha Kammatthān is one of the tranquility meditation that is very useful. Later on, Luangพ่อเปลี่ยน met the one with one of the greatest master, หลวงปู่เทศ เทศรังสี is very, very famous. He is a senior disciple of หลวงปู่มั่น the first bhikkhu that I show you. He's the senior disciple of หลวงปู่มั่น lineage. He was greatly respected and was considered a senior to many venerable forest masters such as หลวงปู่ฟั่น หลวงปู่แหวน หลวงตามหาบัว หลวงปู่เทศ had deep knowledge in regards to meditation practice, and many monks that had encountered obstacles in their own practice would travel from all over Thailand to visit หลวงปู่เทศ in the temple in southern Thailand. So from this you can see that Thai bhikkhu in the past has a lot of master, the master from the one that actually the noble disciple, so they can go and learn with them directly. But unfortunately, we are maybe in the era that not many noble disciple for us to go and then to ask questions directly. So what a shame. But anyhow, we can learn from the background and the teachings of these teachers as well. And these are the three bhikkhu that I would like to give, introduction for you all today. หลวงปู่มั่น หลวงพ่อเกษมเขมมโกฏ and then หลวงปู่เปลี่ยนอาจารย์เปลี่ยน อาจารย์เปลี่ยน is the one who practiced Techo Kasina. If you read in the links, at first he practiced Kasina, one of the Tranquility Meditation, and then Kasina has a lot of like drawbacks as well, because if the mind is too powerful, it can harm others. So he shift from Kasina to loving kindness. So he shift from loving kindness, and then after that develop the vipassana or insight, and then after that he like taught about the vipassana or the insight meditation. I've read about one article of the monk aboard. He said that he once met with the พระอาจารย์เปลี่ยน and there was someone asked พระอาจารย์เปลี่ยน that how do you learn, how can you fly, how do you learn to fly, or something like that. And พระอาจารย์เปลี่ยน just like, I can only teach you the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Paths. I can only teach you that, because he passed all that thing, and he know that the essence of the teachings of the Buddha is the Four Noble Truths, including the Eight Noble Four Paths. So this is what he focused later in his life. So this is the three Bhikkhu. Now let's talk about my พระอาจารย์ my late teacher, because as I mentioned earlier that last time that we talked, there's someone asking, she would like to know more about the Thai Bhikkhuni. พระอาจารย์นันทยานี she was born in 1954, and then she passed away in 2022. So maybe 1 year and a half, maybe, because she passed away in February last year. She was 67 years old, 13 Vasa, 13 years as a Bhikkhuni, but altogether, when she first ordained as a white robe nun, when she entered the life of celibacy, altogether 42 years. พระอาจารย์นันทยานี gained interest in Buddhism from reading the Four Noble Truths and the 12 links of dependent origination. During her second year in college, in university, she studied in Chiang Mai University. That experience marked a starting point in her path toward the end of mystery, as instructed by the Buddha. So after she learned about the Four Noble Truths, she took a year off from the university. She took a year off, and then to go and try to, like search for herself, try to learn the Dhamma, the Buddha's teaching, and follow the rule of celibacy by herself while being like the second year of university. So thanks to her family that allow her to take a year off, and then to follow many teachers, many Bhikkhu, and then learn the Dhamma, stay in the temple. After 1 year, as promised to her family, she returned to the university. But at that time, she moved from maybe like her dorm to stay in the temple, like with the Meshi, with the white robe nun, and then go to do the morning chanting with the monastic people, and the evening chanting, and then help people to learn meditation, help the Bhikkhu, when there are a lot of people, when there are a lot of women to the male temple. So it's not good for the Bhikkhu to give teach meditation with the female, with the ladies. So it's her responsibility to help guide all the ladies at that time to practice meditation. So at that time, it was much clearer that life as a lay person could not end the misery. So Praja Nandayani decided to ordain after seeking counsel from Prajan Cha. She actually went to see Prajan Cha. And she asked Prajan Cha that, should I ordain or not? Prajan Cha said, just get ordained. Work of lay people can never be finished, but the work of the monastics can. If you follow the path of the Buddha, you can end all the work. But if you stay as a lay person, then you have to work until, retire and then you die. Something like that. So Prajanandayani ordained as a white robe nun, but tried to keep 10 precepts. Normally, white robe nun keep 8 precepts, but she kept 10 precepts. She ordained as a white robe nun in 1980 by Pra Ajahn Kruba Promajak, and then received her ordained name as Nandayani from Pra Ajahn Thong Siri Mankalo in Jom Thong. Is very famous in Vipassana practice as well. So at first, I know Prajan when I was like 6 or 7 years old, right? At first, she practiced tranquility meditation that I know of. But after that, she changed to Vipassana meditation. But not Vipassana, like 100% Vipassana, no. She said, it's all important. So, Samatha, tranquility meditation, and Vipassana meditation alongside with each other. After practicing as a white robe nun for 25 years, she decided to receive Samaneri ordination in Sri Lanka in 2006. After 2 years of training as Sikhamana, she received a higher ordination in Sri Lanka in 2008, along with her fellow nuns from Nirodharam. Prajanandayani, she's the one who practiced and then follow the Vinaya and Dhamma like faithfully and strictly. And also she practiced the Dhutanga as well. Only eat 1 meal a day and only eat in the alms bowl. And if you sit and eat, and then if you like, okay, I'm finished, you cannot eat anything more than that except the water. Okay, so this is the Prajanandayani that as someone request to know her. So now that you know 3 Bhikkhu and 1 Bhikkhuni, just like the sample of the Thai teachers, you have heard about the tranquility meditation and Dhutanga. So I'm going to talk about the 13 Dhutanga. The 13 Dhutanga, the term Dhutanga is derived from the root tu, to shake or shake off. Shake off what? Shake off the defilements. So Dhutanga is mean help eliminate the defilements in the mind, and thus to deepen Buddhist practice. Their aim is to help practitioner to develop detachment with material things, including the body. Dhutanga practice is not considered a necessary requirement for a monk, as is Sila. So we have to keep the precept, the Sila, but Dhutanga is like not necessary, but you can choose to practice on your own. The 13 practice, what are they? The first one, refuse rag wearers practice, wearing robes made up from discarded or soiled cloth, and not accepting and wearing ready-made robes offered by householder. So you have to search for the robe yourself or to get the robe that is discarded from other person. So practically like the old robes. The second one, triple robe wearers, having and wearing only 3 robes and not having additional allowable robes. 3 robes for Bhikkhu, but for Bhikkhuni we use like 5. And we have to tell that Bhikkhuni cannot keep all the 13 because, for example, like in some, for example, to stay in the open, I don't know. No, we're gonna talk when we get to that. Okay. Number 3, alms food eaters. So you only eat food collected on Pindapata or the alms round. Why not accepting food in the vihara, in the temple, or not accepting food offered by invitation in a layman's house? So if you want to invite the bhikkhu to eat at your house, some bhikkhu cannot go because he keep the Dhutanga, something like that. Richard here said, hang on. Wonderful teacher Ayya, while she may not have been a monastic, I'm interested in hearing your thought on Upasika Ginayayon teachings. Her guidance has significantly benefited my practice. Yes, actually, Upasika Ginayayon was a teacher of Prajahn Nandayani as well. She practiced a lot, and she, at that time in Thailand, there was no Bhikkhuni. There was just the white robe nun. So Upasika Kinayayon, actually she didn't ordain as the Mashi or the white robe nun, but she practiced as the monastic. She wear like white shirt, right? And then maybe black I don't know, yeah, in English. Something like that. This one, let's see, is the Rusi. Rusi is, here should ask about what is Rusi. Rusi is like the hermit in English. So as Richard said, Upasika Kinayayon is a very, very well-known Upasika in Thailand as well. And she was the teacher of Prajahn Nandayani. So every year, when it's the birthday of Prajahn Kinayayon, we all in Nirodharam, we're gonna come and then, teach, like read the teachings of Prajahn Kinayayon as well, because she is very well known and she practiced a lot and gained a lot of insight. Okay, now get back to the Dhutanga, right? The fourth one, house to house seeker practice. Not omitting any house while going for alms, not choosing only to go to rich household, although selected for some other reasons as relation. So you have to go every house, not omitting any. The fifth, one sessioners practice, eating one meal a day and refusing other food offered after midday, except when you are ill. Number 6, bowl food eaters practice, eating food from his bowl in which it is mixed together rather than from plates and dishes. So you have to eat in a bowl. Prajahn Nandayani and many Prajahn practice this one as well. And Prajahn Nandayani and we all in Nirodharam eat one meal a day and eat from the bowl because we would like to practice Dhutanga. Number 7, later food refusers practice, not taking any more food after one has shown that one is satisfied. How can you show that you are satisfied, that you have to do like this? Like, no. So after you do like this and then you say some word, that means no more food. Even though lay people wish to offer more. Number 8, forest dwellers practice, not dwelling in a town or village, but living secluded away from all kinds of distractions. Number 9, tree root dwellers, living under a tree without a shelter or of a roof. This Bhikkhuni cannot do. And forest dweller Bhikkhuni cannot do. Number 10, open air dweller practice, refusing a roof and a tree root. The practice may be undertaken sheltered by a tent of ropes. This one Bhikkhuni cannot do as well. Why? Because it was dangerous. It is dangerous even nowadays. At that time, the Upanwana Theri, Upanwana Bhikkhuni, when she, at that time, the Bhikkhuni can still stay in the forest, but Unfortunately, she was raped because she stayed alone in the forest. So after that, the Buddha said, Bhikkhuni cannot stay in the forest, cannot stay with the place that has no lock. Mhm. Number 11, China ground dweller. This is what Luang practiced. He lived in or nearby a charnel field, graveyard, or cremation ground. Mhm. Number 12, any bed user practice, being satisfied with any dwelling allotted as a sleeping place. Number 13, sitters practice. This is what the Luang Por Kasem practice as well. Living in the three posture of walking, standing, and sitting, and never lying down. Luang Por Kasem Khemagor never lie down after he ordained as a monk and then practiced the Dhutanga. Mm-hmm. So if I'm not mistaken, he got the cancer in the spine, I think, because he never lie down. How to sleep, right? He sleep sitting in the sitting posture. Mm-hmm. And this is about the Dhutanga, 13 Dhutanga, that many of the Thai Bhikkhu and many, Bhikkhu overseas as well practice. Now, we're going to learn about tranquility meditation. But after that, hang on one moment. Samatha refers to techniques that help to calm the mind. In English, we use the word tranquility meditation. Vipassana means clear seeing, but more often translated as insight meditation. I just noticed this question. Hai Ing, right? He asks, when and how do we let go of our attachment to a Buddhist teacher? Can attachment to a Buddhist teacher be a hindrance to our spiritual development? Can attachment to we regard the teacher as like the model, right? Like a role model. For example, if for example, we think of the Buddha, the Blessed One, as the role model, as like the great master, right? So we look up to him and then we follow the path. But we don't like attach. If you attach, mean like you cling on to and like this is my teacher. But if you think of the teachers, if you think of the Blessed One, the Buddha, as like a role model that okay, he practiced like this and we would like to be in the, use use him as the inspiration, motivation to have the effort to follow the path. And when you follow the path, it's just like when you be able to cross the river with the boat, then you have to abandon the boat. But when we try to follow the path, then we should have someone as a role model to have like motivation, inspiration from him, and then keep practice. If he can do it, we can do it as well, something like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, get back to the samatha and vipassana. So samatha is tranquility meditation, right? And vipassana is insight meditation. In SN 43.2, the Buddha stated, and what is the path leading to the unconditioned or nibbana? He said, serenity and insight, or samatha and vipassana. And here, a share in clear knowing. These two qualities have a share in clear knowing, which two? Tranquility, samatha, and insight, vipassana. When tranquility is developed, what purpose does it serve? The mind is developed. And when the mind is developed, what purpose does it serve? Passion is abandoned, no more passion. When insight is developed, what purpose does it serve? Discernment, wisdom, discernment is developed. And when discernment is developed, what purpose does it serve? Ignorance, delusion, avijja is abandoned. Defiled by passion, the mind is not released. Defiled by ignorance, discernment does not develop. Thus, from the fading of passion, is there awareness released? From the fading of ignorance, is there discernment released? In Anguttara Nikaya 4.170, the Four Ways to Arahantship Sutta, Venerable Ananta reports that people attain arahantship in one of four ways. One of four ways. You can attain either one. Friends, whoever, monk or nun, anybody, declares the attainment of arahantship in my presence. They all do it by means of one or another of four paths. Which four? The first one, there is a case where a monk has developed insight preceded by tranquility. Second one, there is a case where a monk has developed tranquility preceded by insight. The third one, tranquility in tandem with insight. And then there is a case where a monk's mind has its restlessness concerning the Dhamma well under control. So it means that, why do I have to point out this? Because so you can know that it's not just about vipassana only or tranquility only. If you don't have the calm mind, the focus, the concentration, one point concentration, you cannot know or see things as they are. So you cannot gain the insight. So you need maybe tranquility as a base to climb the ladder, to get a higher level, and then to be able to see things as they are, or the insight, gain the insight. Just like that I used to give a Dhamma talk maybe a long time ago, that there is one sutta that the Buddha said, if the mind is not calm yet, it's just like the water, like in the pond, the water in the pond has the ripples. So you cannot see clearly because it's just still shaking. It's just a lot of things going on in the mind, right? So you cannot see things under there. You cannot see things as they really are. So insight and tranquility meditations are important. So someone can develop insight preceded by tranquility, tranquility preceded by insight, or in tandem together. Something like that. Next, now we're gonna talk about tranquility meditation, or this is what we call 40 Kammatthana, or in English, 40 objects of meditation. 40 objects of meditation. There are 40. The first 10 we'll call Kasina. Kasina is a class of basic visual objects of meditation. Kasina meditation is one of the most common types of samatha or tranquility meditation, intended to settle the mind of the practitioner and create a foundation for further practices of meditation. So it creates just a foundation, the base for further practice. Why? Because if someone get stuck in the kasina, because when you practice kasina, you might see things, you might hear things that other people cannot see, cannot hear. You have like the power, like the supernatural power, something like that. If you practice right, you can have that kind of power. But if you get stuck in that, I have that kind of power, you cannot go further to the insight meditation. And then you have to, be reborn more and more. So the teachers that I mentioned earlier, หลวงปู่มั่น หลวงพ่อเกษม หลวงปู่เปลี่ยน I'm not sure about หลวงปู่มั่น but หลวงพ่อเกษมหลวงปู่เปลี่ยน practice kasina as a basis as a foundation and then he moved back to the move up to the vipassana. The first 10 kasina, the first 10 of the objects of meditation is kasina, described as things one can behold directly. There are earth, water, fire, tesho kasina, air, blue color, yellow color, red color, white color, whole or enclosed space, and then the bright light. Akasa, or like the space, and the bright light, aloka kasina. There have many advantages and also drawbacks as well. For example, the fire kasina, tesho kasina, หลวงปู่เปลี่ยนพระอาจารย์เปลี่ยนหลวงพ่อเกษม and even the Ubon Wanna Theri, the Bhikkhuni that like she attained the arahantship through Tesho Kasina, but Tesho Kasina as a foundation and then Vipassana to see things like impermanence, something like that. But there are many drawbacks. For example, if you have like a very powerful mind, then it might harm others. Like for พระอาจารย์เปลี่ยน he had to move to practice more of the loving kindness to like don't make the mind too powerful, something like that. Because one พระอาจารย์ชอบ he said like when someone like when he get distracted, at that time he practiced the walking meditation, but he got distracted by a bird, some kind of a bird, and then he suddenly watched the bird, just stare at the bird, and then the bird died unintentionally. Why? It was because when he look at it, when he like have the meditative state of mind, and the mind is so powerful, and then he got distracted suddenly, and then he look at it, stare at it with so powerful mind. Maybe it caused like maybe harmful for other creatures. So after that,พระอาจารย์ชอบ as well practice loving kindness to just like lessen the powerfulness, something like that. Hai Ing said, is it possible to go mad during intensive meditation, especially when one lacks guidance from a spiritual teacher and a meditator crave for psychic power? This is very useful question that I'm gonna talk about the drawbacks of the kasina. Kasina Kamathana is very powerful, and it was practiced by a lot of Bhikkhu in the past and Bhikkhuni in the past as well. But you have to practice under the guidance of the teachers because it was so powerful. And if you practice wrong, like practice by yourself, and you practice wrong, you might go mad, as Hai Ing said. Is it possible to go mad? Yes. So even nowadays, we don't really practice kasina because why? Even I would like to practice kasina, but we cannot because we don't have teachers to teach us. We need to have the teacher who are like expert in kasina meditation to teach us, to guide like this is wrong, this is correct, because it's very powerful and it's very dangerous. So these 10 kasina, I haven't heard anyone practice anymore. No, not anymore. Even in Thailand, maybe some Bhikkhu practice in the forest, in the cave, but not in like the household, like the temple nowadays. No, haven't heard of it. The second one, Patikula Manasikara. Patikula or the impure asubha objects of repulsion, Patikula, specifically cemetery contemplation. on 10 stages of human decomposition, which aim to cultivate mindfulness of body. So we observe the human decomposition. The first stage, like swollen corpse, discolor, festering, blah, 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 into the skeleton. Now today, we can observe the skeleton, right? But in many parts in Thailand, like in the suburb, they still have like the fire cremation, like open air fire of the corpse. So we can go and have a look, like how the corpse just, got burned during that stage. And after that become like the skeleton. So this is one of these 10 stages, 10 objects of repulsion is to, contemplate all the human decomposition that you can learn about the truth of the body. This is the tranquility meditation as well. Another 10, the next 10 are recollection or anusati. The first 3 recollection are of the virtue of the 3 jewels, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. The next 3 are recollections of the virtues of morality, sila, liberality, jhaka, to give out, the wholesome attributes of deva. The additional 4 recollections of the body, kaya, the death, the breath, anapana. This is called anapanasati. Then when you know the breath, breathe in, breathe out, anapanasati is one of the tranquility, this one as well. And the peace, the nibbana. This is like one of the object of meditation as well. And 30, right? Now, another 10, Brahma Vihara, unconditional kindness and goodwill, metta meditation, compassionate karuna meditation, sympathetic joy over another success, mudita meditation, even-mindedness, equanimity, upekha meditation, and the formless state or 4 arupa ayatana. This is like the jhana number 6 to number 8. Infinite space, infinite consciousness, nothingness, and neither perception nor non-perception. This is the arupa jhana. And 2 more. One is perception of disgust of food, and the last are the 4 great elements: earth, water, fire, and air. So these are the 40 objects of meditation that you can choose to practice. Why? It's just like you have many dishes on the table. So you can choose like which dish that is suitable, that is, that you feel comfortable to eat. So you can think of these 40 objects of meditation as the foods served on the dining table. So now first, you have to know all of it, all of them. Sorry, you have to know all of them, right? Try metta, loving kindness meditation. Try karuna meditation. Try the anapanasati, breathing, breathe out. Focus on the breathing meditation. Try to have the Buddha recollection. Think of the Buddha. Try to think of the body, kayanusati. Try to think of the death, that death becomes someday marananusati. Try to think of the nibbana, upasamanusati. Try to see the repulsion, impure objects of repulsion. Look at the bone, contemplation of the bone in the body, something like that. So you try a lot of things, and then after you try many dishes on the dining table, now you know which one is good for you, and then you practice it. Okay, I think I like Buddha recollection. I like to think about the Buddha. Okay, now practice that. But the first stage is to calm the mind, tranquility meditation, and then step up to be able to see the three characteristics, anicca, dukkha, anatta. So that is the vipassana meditation. Okay, and actually we don't have enough time to talk about it, but I post the links for you to see. This is the link for you. You can see in the comment section. It's actually the teachings of พระอาจารย์มั่น Puritatto. He talk about the strategies of clear insight and techniques for uprooting defilement. Because actually I've seen one of the question from I don't know where is it now. One of the question about like all the defilement. So you can read. This is very good. Step by step. Like why you have to practice like the tranquility meditation, and after that, how it like benefit you to further practice in the vipassana. But unfortunately, we don't have enough time. So yes, we're gonna now see the comment and then discuss question and answer. Okay. So as Richard said here, I would like you to know more about Upasika Kinayayon as well. You can search Upasika Kinayayon, in YouTube. She's very famous and she practices very good. She practiced, her teaching is very good as well. Richard said, that's good to know. Thanks for your insight. Thank you. And good morning to Chayanta Fernanda. Good morning to คุณโยมธีระสุจุนจุ๋ม as well, and Edward Clark as well. And also, hi Jim McCarthy, greeting from Ireland. Thank you for your teachings. Sud asks here, okay. Out of all the meditations, what do you think is the easiest or the safest meditation to master for oneself? As I mentioned earlier, that you think of it as many ditches. You have to try first. So I cannot say like, oh, anapanasati, breathe out is the easiest, because it might be easiest for me, but it might not be hard, but it might be hard for others. But anything except the kasina, the first 10 is the safe one. The 10 kasina is not, it's very good, but you need to have the teacher to guide you. So don't practice alone. So 30 objects of meditation, you can try to practice like, oh, loving kindness, karuna, or the sanya is gone. I don't know in English, karuna, the compassion meditation, the anapanasati, breathing out, quite safe, very safe. And like the kayanupassana, you can try many things, but I cannot say this thing is the easiest, because you have to try for yourself. People are different. Hi Andy. Hi Jay Satu, Jay Dahate, right? Ninada, thank you for the talk, Ayya. You gave us much to think about and explore further. Are there any written records or recording of Phra Ajahn teachings, clips? There's a lot, but it's in Thai. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to translate in English yet, but maybe is the project in the future. Maybe we try to translate Prajananayani teachings from Thai to English. There's a lot. Prajananayani, she's very good in teaching like very difficult subject into like the simple one, not easy one, but the simple one. Use the simple language. Use the simple example like A, B, C, like use a simple example like and fun to listen to. She has a sense of humor, so it's very good. And yeah, and she also have like the ram, like the ram, like what is it? I can think of like the Thai like ใจมีก็เมื่อใจเกิดใจไม่มีก็เมื่อใจดับแต่ใจนี้ก็เกิดดับเกิดดับยึดถือไม่ได้เลยใช่ไหมจึงไม่มีใจให้สิ่งใดติดไม่มีสิ่งใดจิตใจไร้เลย just like the mind occur when it arises the mind disappear when it fade right the mind exists the mind exists when it arises the mind does not exist because it fades but the mind arise and fade arise and fade so you cannot cling on to the mind and anything cannot cling on to the mind because the mind arise and cease all the time so just like when many of the teachers said the mind actually is pure as the Buddha said the mind is pure but is tainted by the kilesa, by the unwholesome quality that come and then fade away, come and then fade away. Actually, it cannot be cling on to anything because it's just, the characteristic arise, fade away, arise, cease, arise and cease. So Prajan, like use like the ram. ใจมีก็เมื่อใจเกิดใจไม่มีก็เมื่อใจดับแต่ใจนี้เกิดดับยึดถือไม่ได้เลยจึงไม่มีใจให้สิ่งใดติดไม่มีสิ่งใดติดใจได้เลย The mind exists because it arise the mind does not exist because it cease so but the mind arise and cease all the time so nothing can attach because it cease but you think that you can attach to it so it come and then it's just like the perception it's just like the avijja the delusion ignorance that you think that things are permanent but actually it's impermanent and if you know the truth that it just fades away just don't cling to it don't cling to the thing that arised in the past but now cease something like that yeah so maybe it's the next project to translate the Prajananayani teaching into English. Okay. I'm gonna answer the question. How can tranquility meditation be applied to guide those suffering mentally to live a more meaningful life? Tranquility meditation can be applied is to calm the mind. Actually, the purpose is to calm the mind. When you suffer like mentally from the anxiety, from the depression, because maybe in the anxiety case, you think a lot, right? You think a lot. There's a lot going on, the fear, the expectation, many things going on. But if you practice tranquility meditation, it's going to calm the mind. And when the mind is calm, you have one-pointedness of mind. And then after that, you listen a lot to the Dhamma talk, listen a lot to the Buddha teaching, and then you have the wisdom, the knowledge that, okay, this is the cause of the problem. Find the cause of the problem. And then get rid of the cause of the problem, something like that. But tranquility meditation can be applied to train the mind to be still, to focus, to concentrate, to calm, something like that. Hi, Spooks here said here, very helpful training for monastic and lay people. How can you find a teacher who know How can you find a teacher who knows what? Spook said, do you have meditation session in person or online? You mean me? We don't have the meditation session online just yet, because before we teach anyone, we have to, make sure that we practice well enough. So I'm in the stage of practicing. I cannot give the meditation session online. I'm not be able to do that for this moment, but in person I can do, because it's better to do it in person. Online, I haven't tried. I haven't thought about it yet. How can you find a teacher who knows like which direction is good and is bad, right? So you have to maybe search and then go to see for yourself. The Buddha said, Sila, the precept, you have to know for yourself, but cannot use just as a limited amount of time. You have to know that person a long time to be able to know that, okay, this person practice like the real thing. He know. And then go and practice and live with them. Maybe how can we know that? Maybe we have to ask the questions. If he can answer, okay, maybe, okay, that's right. If we can answer the question that we have in mind, something like that, and he can explain to you clearly, then maybe you should try and then stay with that teacher first and then try to learn, because we cannot trust just only the word. We have to go and see their actions, their way of life first. So it needs to practice together in person. It's better. Yeah, thank you. Okay, and I think that's it for today. I think it's good for me too, because I always would like to share about the Thai teachers. There's a lot of teachers that are very good, and even though they all passed away, but there's a lot of teachings in the textbook, in the text. And now I just know today that they're actually the English translation from พระอาจารย์มั่น หลวงพ่อเกษม there's many English translations, so you can learn from that. Search through all the teachers. So it's good for me to introduce you to my teachers, the one who look up to, that one that I look up to, and the one that I try to follow. Have the Buddha, the Blessed One, as like the great master, the role model, and all the noble disciple as the role model as well. That, oh, this one, he can do it, so I should follow, and I can do it too. Okay, I hope you all learned something beneficial today, and that you can, adapt and use in your daily life. หลวงพ่อเกษม once said that what you wish for, like the attainment, the liberation, the supreme happiness, whatever you wish for, you cannot search elsewhere. It's in here in the mind. Practice the mind. Nobody can force you to do. You have to do it on your own. You have to do it. You have to listen to the Dhamma. You have to learn a lot of things, and then you have to use the knowledge. Okay, this one is good, this one is maybe not good, but you have to try for yourself first, and then see for yourself, paccatang. See for yourself, know for yourself, and then now you know this is the right one. You have to have the right effort to follow the path of the Blessed One. And that's it for today. Thank you, Chitta Phala. Thank you, everyone, Spook Water, and everyone to come and listen today. Sorry, it's over an hour now. I hope you all learned something beneficial. And I'm sorry I forgot to pay respect to the Buddha and Dhamma and Sangha. So we're gonna pay respect and give blessing to you all, that may you all live with peace. Always have the triple gem, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha always in the heart, always in the mind, and follow the path as instructed by the Blessed One, the Perfected One. And may you all reach the supreme happiness or the nirvana in one day. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Let us say three sadhu together. Sadhu, 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 anumodhami. Sadhu. And see you all next week. Thank you. Goodbye. Have a good day.